What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. This is another edition of Plant-Based. Plant-Based is a series, because y'all know I love a series. Plant-Based is a series where I talk about all things plants. And today we're going to be talking about the ZZ plant. The scientific name is the Zamiococcus zamifolia. Zamiococcus zamifolia. I have two of them. I have this one. This one I purchased from Bloomscape as a part of the Tough Stuff collection. So the collection comes with 3 plants. You get a snake plant, a Hoya, and a ZZ. This plant was not this thick when I purchased it. This is short and dense compared to my other ZZ. I have had about 4 new shoots from this plant. I also have experienced some leaf fall. I want to say this about the ZZ because like one night, it was late at night, probably like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I saw that the tip, and I saw it all the way from across the room, but I saw that the tip of one of these leaves was yellow. The next morning, the entire leaf, and it was only the tip, like I got up because I was alarmed. I got up, I lifted the leaf, and it was nothing but the tip. But the next morning, that entire leaf turned yellow and it fell off. So I lost that leaf. So I would say if you see that the tips are turning yellow, water it. Because I know, like with me, if something is wrong with my plant, 9 times out of 10, because I water so infrequently, I think that's the right word. Most of the time, the answer to my solution is to water them more often or water it, period. And I think I waited a little bit more than 30 days. I will say that I think 30 days is a bit long for this being in a terracotta pot and for the pot being so small. However, I feel like because it's winter, it's fine. Now, when I got this plant from Bloomscape, it looked like UPS had let my box, it looked like the box was upside down during the entire time of transit. This and my Hoya was out of the pot. The snake plant was pretty fine, but these two, and the snake plant was bigger. I feel like because it was bigger and because the snake plant is a little bit more compact in the way that it grows and in its structure, that it was able to maintain in the pot. But since my Hoya and my ZZ were smaller plants with a little bit more delicacy, if that is what, and they're a little bit more delicate, they were definitely out of the pot. So I did have to replant this, and it was a challenge with the bulbs. The roots on ZZ plants are bulbs, and I kind of had to stagger them. I had to maneuver in order to get these all the bulbs in this tiny little pot. But, and I was afraid that this was not gonna make it, but it definitely made it. I'm happy that it did. The ZZ is definitely one of my favorites, even though I say that all the time. I really think that this it's not my top. It's probably my second. I'm really in love with Syngoniums right now. But yeah, shipping on this I don't think it was Bloomscape's fault at all either. I love me some Bloomscape. I think it was UPS. I don't think that they necessarily pay attention. Maybe y'all need some this side ups. I don't think they pay attention to what they're shipping. They just be shipping. And I love me some UPS too. I don't want to get all crazy. It made it. I'm cool with it. And then this one I got from Desk Plants. I got these both around the same time. This one from Desk Plants was a little bit taller and more thin and less dense. But it is starting to get dense, and I love it. Of the two, I feel like this is my favorite. There is no drainage hole on this pot though, and that is why this one made me a little bit nervous. So far, so good. I did see a little yellowing on the leaves after that one yellowed, and I watered it and it was fine, so I caught it. I do water this one as well about every 30 days, which is probably why I am doing well with not having drainage. I think I'm gonna repot these two together. I'm not sure, because I feel like these two together would make kind of a sick plant, a sick ZZ. I might repot these just because this does not have a drainage hole. Otherwise, I would leave it and let it do what it do. I know ZZs don't really like to move. They like to be root bound, but I would be devastated if something happened to this plant, to be honest with you. And this one has had, I want to say, this has also had about 4 new shoots since I have purchased it. These greener stems and leaves are the newest, and they are taller than like the rest of them. So I'm pretty proud of that. My ZZs get a good amount of light, but the ZZ plant in general can tolerate lower light. They can tolerate low light. They can tolerate not too much, not a lot of water. Like don't give them too much water. And they can tolerate lower humidity. I will say in terms of the light and the humidity, I definitely give it a good amount of light, which is probably why it has been sprouting up so much. They say the ZZ is a slower growing plant. I would say that since I give the ZZ a good amount of light, that it definitely grows faster for me. I love this plant. It's so pretty. Yeah, I think that's about it. Think if I was gonna say anything else. I talked about how I received them. I talked about it not having drainage. Talked about the new leaves. Fertilizing. So this is kind of like the snake plant. So the ZZ plant is kind of like the snake plant in that it does not require a ton of food, plant food in. I feel like those bulbs, they just store everything, water and food. So they say to fertilize the ZZ plant every 6 months, which is interesting because I feel like if one of those 6 months pops up in the dormant season, do you fertilize it? I don't know. Fertilizing for me this season has been a big, huge question mark. I have top dressed a lot of my plants, not a lot of my plants. I have top dressed a few of my plants with worm castings. I haven't really had to do it with these two, and these both seem to have that soil that has a little slow release balls, those green slow release balls in them. So I don't really have to worry too much about fertilizing, but as soon as the season opens, as soon as spring opens, I will be fertilizing these two. I'll probably repot these, but I think that I'm gonna repot them in like May and then leave it alone. I would prefer to get deep into the spring season and deep into the growing season before I change the pot, because I really don't want to change the pots. To be honest, this one has a drainage hole. I really don't want to change this because it's doing so well, but I do not want to. I think I'll be fine, honestly. I think as it grows, because y'all know, as a plant gets bigger, it will drink up more water. Root rot is a fear, and that's the biggest fear with pots without drainage. But I think I might be fine as this plant gets bigger. I don't know, to repot or to not. this baby. Let me know if anyone has any suggestions. It is really filling out though. I love this plant. So yes, fertilize these once every 6 months, and that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.